the legendary gloriness, of those Hall of Fame busts. That is awesome. Then it looked like the club, and then people
Yeah.
getting hyped up, and then the music drowned out. It's just a spear duck.
Yep.
Well done. Outdid
Thank you.
yourself there.
It was fun. It was fun. Now, here's the problem, though, right? And by the way, I'm Rich. That's Jermaine. This is football.
Yes. Yep.
We got a few little things to talk about, but we're gonna get into the whole, our game and the kind of the results of the first week and all that. But I'm concerned, man. Here's why. TikTok apparently is going away, and
What?
yeah, you need to watch the fucking news, man. Golly. All right.
Don't
So
pay
apparently
attention.
TikTok is shutting down, and the problem with that is I use that to kind of mess with the videos and make little fun little things, transitions and things. So now I actually have to learn how to do that shit, which is like, oh my god, I gotta do work. So, very unfortunate for me.
I don't want the whole story, but what's the deal with TikTok? What is somebody did
Just
something?
China and shit. I don't know, like China viruses trying to rape America. I don't really know the backstory. All I know is like,
Oh, okay.
China owns it, and we're like America, and now we got big orange America, and who the fuck knows how that's gonna, shake out.
Wow.
Yeah, good
Okay.
times. I did see this on Twitter, and I thought this was really, 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 really funny. And by the way, real quick, I meant to tell you this too, and I keep seeing it, and I keep forgetting to tell you. So on the, I think it was like the first X's and O's of the year, we kind of went over a few things. It was the one that we like mildly got political, right?
Okay.
Please tell me why every short from that episode that got created was you talking about Trump. I'm like, this motherfucker, I can't even use this. I can't even use it. I can't use it.
What? So it just made sure it cut up just my parts of talking about Trump.
Yes, I'm like
The
golly,
algorithm
I'm like,
found
this is
it, and
why
it
we
was
don't
just
do
like,
it.
black guy, let's get him. Let's get him.
Get 'em.
Let's get him front and center. I'm like,
It's
man.
weird because it's like it's question based, right? And I I listened to one. There was like 3 or 4 that got made out of it, and I'm like, I'm not even looking at the other ones because it's literally in the title. I don't even want to play with it. I'm leaving it alone.
I didn't see any of it.
But
No.
I'm like, I don't know how many questions or upward inflection types of things happened in that conversation, but apparently enough at that particular point. But
I don't recall too many questions going on. It was just making comments. I was like, let me
yeah,
tell you this before you get all crazy, and make sure you got your ducks and make sure you protecting yourself first. That was my
right.
main message. But
I
wow.
just thought that was funny. I just thought that was funny.
Any other show we done made, I ain't gonna say hundreds of shows, but we done made so many shows. They don't cut it up right, but they got that one right. How they just made sure.
But I saw somebody post this on Twitter because apparently he's trying to like buy Canada or make Canada a state or whatever the hell he's trying to do.
Okay.
I thought it was really funny that anybody that knows anything about Canada, it's very cold, as is what they're known for. And he's moving his inauguration inside because it's going to be too cold. I'm like, ain't you? And somebody was like, aren't you trying to fucking buy Canada? Like, what are you doing? I just thought that was funny.
Don't you love, what you're trying to accomplish or what you're trying to purchase or trying to own? You must don't really love it.
Nope. All right. So let's get into before we get into the actual games of it and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of the games. I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched the Steeler game and everything else to kind of like back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyone that may have not caught the first episode, we have instituted a game. Because we are competitive and we don't have fantasy football right now, so and we're also poor and we don't have the money to bet, so we have to make up our own fun. It's like, you know, you know, your rich kid friend have all the games and all the toys, and you're like, I have sticks and stones. I they are my toys. Um, so this is our poor man's toys.
All
So
right.
we basically, essentially, anyone that does sports betting, they'll understand the premise here. I mean, it even ones that don't, it's not rocket science. But basically, we have instituted a point system and a quote unquote betting kind of with ourselves thing, where we either bet the winner or bet the winner with
Outright.
the points. Yeah,
Yes.
outright, or you take the points and whatever the spread is for
Yes.
them.
And then we had
And
the over,
the over
under.
under, correct. So on each game, you're making two guesses, right?
Two calls.
Now the kicker is if you bet the points and you win, you get 2 points instead of one. But if you bet the points and you are incorrect, you actually lose a point. If you bet the straight, then it's just a point, and if you lose, you don't lose anything. So there you go. The over under, it's a straight. Just if you hit it, you get a point. If you miss it, you don't get a point. So
Okay.
that's a real simple, math to it. Now here's where it gets. It's really not actually that much different. You just times it by two. If you can't understand that, then go listen to somebody else because you're too stupid for us to want you to be around. So we're doing double Jeopardy rules here. So double points. So is straight up bet, that's 2 points. If you bet the spread, that's 4 points. But if you lose two. Simple as that. Now, we'll just go. We'll go this way here. I'm not going to go all into everything here and what have you. But last week, Chargers at Houston.
Yes.
I we both bet LA. I bet the spread, and I sure did. Whoops, hold on here. I just figured out I made a boo boo. I bet the spread in LA, and you bet them straight. They lost. We both bet the over for it, and we both hit that.
We did hit the over. Okay.
We did hit the over. Yep.
Okay.
I didn't make him. Yeah. The over was 41. So 41 and a half. I'm not going to look at the scores because I already did all that, but
Yeah, I was saying I don't really.
yeah.
I can't even remember the scores to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But
well, it'd be weird. I mean, right now we don't have to pay that much attention because I don't know. It's just without fantasy, we're lost in life. It's sad.
okay. So you bet the spread with the points.
And I lost.
No, you bet the LA with the points, so you lose 1 point. I bet
Yes.
LA with no points. I don't lose anything. I just don't get the point.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And then we both got the over. So so far, it's 0-1, right? Just
Yes,
that game.
that would be correct. Yeah. I mean, I
0-1.
have the ending tally at the end here, but if you wanna play that game there,
Yeah, individually. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So 0-1. All right.
Okay.
Go in the next
Pittsburgh or Baltimore. I bet Baltimore with the spread, so I won that easily, and you took them straight, so you got a point there.
I got a point.
We
But you got two.
Yep.
Because
we both bet
you called
under,
the spread.
so we both bet the under, so we both hit that as well. So I left out of there with 3 points. You left out of there with 2.
Yes. So overall tally, we're 3-3 after 2 games played.
Okay. Denver at Buffalo. I did Buffalo straight, which I wish I should have done the points, but I did them straight. You did Buffalo with the points, so you got 2, I got 1.
Okay.
And we both bet the under, and we both hit that as well.
Okay. So we both got
so you
the
left
2
out of there
points.
with 3. I left out of there with 2.
Got it there with 2. Okay. So currently 5-4. No, we were 3-3,
It would be 6-5.
6-5. Okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming you're 6. Yeah. Yeah, you're 6.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't think I was in the lead at all. I thought I got slaughtered on this, to tell you the truth.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, buddy, I don't know what you're talking about here. You're good. Philly at Green Bay. I took Philly and the points. You took Philly and the points. We both got 2 out of that.
Okay.
I bet the under. You bet the over. I hit the under. So
Okay.
I left
So you
out of
got
there with 3, and you left out of there with 2.
All right. So I got 8, and you got 8.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, dead even. Okay.
Washington, yeah, right. Washington at Tampa Bay. I said Washington would win. You said Tampa Bay would win. I got you. You lost that. I won that. And I bet the over, and you bet the under, and you hit that. So we both left out of there with a point.
So you mean to tell me after all of these games, we ended up even at 9 points apiece?
No, there's one more.
Oh yeah, the Monday night game.
So Minnesota at the Rams. So I said LA would win. You said Minnesota would win with the points.
You said I feel that LA. Oh, I said Minnesota was going to win with the points.
Yeah.
Oh, so not only did Minnesota not win, they didn't win. So I came out of there with -2.
No, -1.
Yeah, because I only lose.
Yeah, you only lose a point if you don't lose 2 points if you bet the spread. You lose a point if you miss it.
Okay. So now I'm at 8. And go ahead. And you said
you're at 9. You're at 9. You're at 9. So, well, no, I'm sorry. No, you're at no. You are at 9. Yeah, you were at 10.
Was that 10?
Yeah, I did the whole tally thing. It's at the bottom.
Okay.
So I bet the Chargers. You bet them. So I didn't do the spread. I just did straight up. And then
you did the Rams. Yeah, because you said that you felt this whole LA fire. And I was like, man, I don't believe in them narratives. And they sure as hell came into that game riding that LA fire narrative.
They came in like a house on fire. Too soon? Too fucking soon.
They rolled the hell out of that.
Yeah. We both bet the over. We both missed that pretty good. So.
Oh, okay.
So now at the end of wild card weekend, I have 10 points and you have 9. So
I did not know it was that
and
close.
it's funny because I'm glad we did this because I actually made a mistake initially because I bet the spread for the Chargers, for the Chargers, and I didn't subtract a point. I just put 0. So I actually thought it was 11-9. It's actually 10-9. So definitely a lot closer than it was. So as bad as you thought you did, I'm like, Bub, I don't know why you think you shit your pants, but you didn't.
I thought I was down by at least 4 points. I didn't think it was, 1 point. That's crazy. All right.
I mean, we agreed on a lot of the stuff because we're the same person. That definitely helps. But
I mean, as far as the overall winners, I think we called them all except for the Chargers. We did not think the Chargers.
I mean, it's playoff time, and it is not hot takey. I mean, I think the hottest take was Washington winning.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I just felt.
Well, I mean, the Texans. I mean, I think we felt like the Texans was a mirror, an exact replica of the Steelers. So I thought that they were going to go exit out quickly, and it seemed like it was going to happen like that because the Chargers went down and scored, and then after that, it just went. It went sideways. I don't know what happened.
I saw that. I'm like, well, that's game over then. All right, cool. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then
me too. I was running around like I wasn't watching every play, but I watched, and I think the Chargers went up by 2 field goals. It was like 6-0, and I was like, yeah, that's about to be over. And then some errands and stuff to run, and then next thing I know, I finally get back in front of the TV, and we're going into halftime, and the Chargers still only got 6 points. I'm like, man, they haven't scored. And next thing I know, the Texans
had a dumbass game. Holy shit, that guy's gonna be a stud.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
My honky. Love him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, I know we're getting ready to get into the next games, but just kind of, the people that won and the people that lost. Of course, the Texans move on.
Right.
Chargers, they're done.
Good
They
luck,
exit.
Texans.
As far as them next year, I mean, did you see anything that, any eye popping things that
For the
you,
Chargers?
that you're going to take in the next year? It looks like it's going to operate the same. All they need is another receiver. Looks like they need to get somebody to
Yeah, they need
complement.
to get a number 2 in there. They need to get a
Yeah.
number 2 to complement Mahonky.
Maybe draft a running back in the third or fourth round because Dobbins still is a hurt candidate, and Gus Edwards is not. I don't know if that Vidal dude is going to show up, or do they need to draft another running back?
No, I think Vidal is going to be okay. I think they probably need to give him an extended look and drop Gus off at the depot.
Yeah, they never gave him a full blown look. Yeah, they never.
They did.
No.
But I get it. Like, you spent money on those 2 guys and they're 2 Harbaugh boys, so I get it. I understand it.
Yeah.
The member berries are done now. This is season 2 with Harbaugh back at manning the ship.
He's already facelifted that defense. He already got it, pretty respectable. I mean, they can add some pieces there.
I think Herbert just needs some more people to throw to. You can't trust, Johnston. He's fucking terrible.
He's terrible. Yes.
Terrible. We're not going to mention the other guy because you hate him. We're not going to talk about him.
Please don't say his name.
I mean, Disley is Disley. I mean, I don't know. Disley is whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Disley's kind of like he has the same feel as what's the other cat for the Rams? Higbee. He has the same kind of feel as Higbee.
Same, yeah. Yep.
It's kind of like, okay,
maybe they should draft either a stud tight end or go out and get a stud tight end in free agency. Yeah, you probably, the stud tight ends, the Bowers and they only Portas and all that. They only come around every once in a while. So
every 10 years. I mean, I would say Disley is acceptable. Disley will do what he needs to do. That is fine.
Yeah,
but you need to have a number 2, a solid number 2 in there. You can't be having your loose diarrhea number 2 with Johnson there. It's just not working. That's a bad number 2. That's a Taco Bell number 2. You can't play that game anymore.
He said it's a Taco Bell where it's real loose. It's like, whoa.
He's Mike Williams, man. He's a taller Mike Williams, but he with less skill.
No, but Mike Williams' problem in San Diego or in LA wasn't him catching the ball. It was him being healthy.
Falling from the airplane down to the ground as hard as he possibly could.
Mike Williams was not reliable as far as being available, but he caught some great balls. Now Johnston's available, he just can't catch it. So it's like, what? Yep.
Which in the grand scheme of life, though, neither one of them are any better than either one of them because either you're not there or you're there and you're not there.
Productive, so you might as well not even be there.
Right, like why suit up? And we're not talking about Mike Williams of now. We're talking about Mike Williams of before.
Yeah, so, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams.
Yeah, not Jets, Mike Williams. We're not playing that. Steelers of Baltimore.
Yeah,
let's be honest. We all no one is actually surprised.
We can spend a whole show talking about what the Steelers need to do in the offseason, and frankly,
we're not doing that.
If you want to know what they need to do, I don't even want to care. Yeah, I don't even want to care
because they're not going to do it, and that's why.
Yeah,
it's because they're not going to do it, and I just don't even want to bother with it.
We can spend a whole show, and I've been hearing it from buddies, friends, and news and everything. So I don't want to deal with it. So let's move on to the next. Baltimore has a tough test, but we're going to talk about them in Buffalo coming up. But okay.
Oh,
all right.
God,
what was the next game?
Wait, that's gonna be exciting. Well, speaking of Buffalo, Denver at Buffalo.
Denver's solid.
Buffalo, yeah. I think they could actually be a fun team.
They got a solid foundation.
Bo Nix actually may be a fucking. He may be a dog. Like he may have some of that. Like, oh, you actually might be I wouldn't say a generational talent, but you may be actually a bigger deal than people think you are.
Yeah.
And I think he got overshadowed with, Daniels doing all the fun things and, Bauer's doing all the fun things, but I think if Bo had
Solid.
if he had a better beginning, I think people would look at him a little bit more like, oh shit, that okay,
I think
all right.
I think Bo Nix outperformed everybody's expectations, including Sean
Yeah.
Payton's. I mean, when Sean Payton drafted him, he probably was like, okay, bring him along, take the training wheels off. Maybe he'll be good in year 2. No. He
Right.
showed you he can be good in year and take you to the playoffs. And Sean
With
Payton's going to build on that.
With a Tom Brady assortment of fucking receivers.
Yes. I mean,
Like,
if they find
that's
another receiver that they can lean on besides Sutton, not that whole Rolodex of Vele and Franklin and
I'm
Humphrey.
going to tell you, Vele needs to be a part of that offense next year.
He might be. Yeah. Well. So they
need
need a running game. If they had a running game, settle on one of those running backs. Stop going with Franklin, Estime. Get rid of Javonte Williams. He's done.
Yeah, get rid of Javonte. Shoot him out of a cannon. He's done. He's done.
Find somebody like Franklin. I mean, what's the name? Not Franklin. What's his name? McLaughlin. He's a satellite back. He's not a between the tire. He's a third down. So find you a dog. Is it going to be Estime, dude? I mean, find a dog running back that you can run first and second down that has more wiggle room than just running into the hole and just crashing down to the ground. You give Bo Nix a running game where he can pick up 5-6 yards on first down. Ain't no telling what this dude can do. Or at least
have the threat of it. Like, that's what they need. They need to have the threat of it.
Yeah.
Because then you got a Jalen Hurts situation. That's what you have at that point.
Yeah.
You're like, who's running the rock right now? Like, I mean, no, actually, you know what? You have more of a Vic thing because Vic was very much about running first.
Yeah.
You have a Vic situation, and I'm not saying he's the next Michael Vick, but I'm saying from a situational standpoint, you have that threat of an actual running back that can either run you over or pop, pop around you. Like, then you don't know what he's going to do back there. And that's as a defense, you're like, oh, God damn it. Really?
I just think that in the defense is solid, lights out. So for Denver, their 3 biggest issues to me is address the running game, find you a running back, find another receiver. Vele, is it going to pick up a number 2? And
yeah. I'm not saying
another thing that Denver's always had, and we didn't see this year, a tight end. They need a tight end. I mean, I'm surprised Bo Nix got along so well without a tight end. Usually a young quarterback needs that tight end blanket, but do we even know Denver's tight end?
I mean, it was Dulcich. It was Dulcich, and then they cut him, and I don't know.
Who was their tight end throughout the year? I mean, Troutman. I think some dude named Troutman or something like that.
Oh, Adam Troutman of New
Orleans. That came from New Orleans. Yeah. Okay. I think he caught a few passes. But, get a solid tight end, address that running game, and get a number 2 for Sutton. Yeah. And Denver's going to be a problem. They're already a tough out with that defense. I mean, 2 things that pack well, no matter on the road or at home, is a running game and a good defense. Denver... They got a good defense off.
Man. They had a bad matchup. Like like that's short straw situation. Like you got to walk into Buffalo.
Like they're not ready. I mean, Buffalo's been in consistently perennial, type of playoff team for 5-6 years now.
Buffalo is
and Denver just
worst team ever. Like it is the strangest thing. Like
it's the best worst team ever.
Sense. Like you have like 4 players on there. I'm like, how are you so good? Stop it. I don't get it.
Yeah, Denver just entered the thing, so give Denver a few years, and they're gonna be a tough out.
I don't know about a few years, man. They might
even next year.
Next year, It's not like you got your biggest issue out of the way as a quarterback. Like that is, as Steeler fans, we can definitely get behind that idea. Like that is your biggest problem.
I don't think that's just the Steeler fan. I just think that in the NFL, if you have a quarterback problem, it's never going to go away.
As Steeler fans, like we can intimately address that and be like, yes, we're well aware. If you have a quarterback problem, it's fucking terrible. Everything falls apart.
It is. But I mean,
if
that one dude.
Solidify that?
Yes. Yeah, that one dude. I'm not a big fan of him. The Colin Coward or whatever. He
Oh
had
God,
some type of. I hate him,
that guy.
but he made a valid point. He's compared the Steelers to the Giants. He was like, the Steelers are going or the modern day Giants, and I'm like, what is he talking about? So I listened to him, and he said, well, post Eli Manning, and now he's saying post Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
The Steelers are just. I mean, he laid off all these statistics, and it pretty much matched exactly what the Giants are going through. And I'm like, man, we wasn't right. I mean, even with Big Ben, even the last couple years with Big Ben, we was suspect. So it's like,
Yeah.
when
Well,
you
he was
don't got
also
that
about
quarterback,
46 at that point, so I get it.
when you don't have a good quarterback, man, that is a big chunk of. You can't
Well, yeah, I
overcome
mean,
that. You can't overcome that in the playoffs. You just can't. You
he is
can't.
the quarterback of the team. That is correct. Like that's like what are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
But
once you get that solved in the NFL, if you got the quarterback position solidified, I'm not gonna say it don't take much after that, but you got a good. I want to say
you build around him at
65%
that
of your
point.
problems solved. Yeah,
you have your nucleus. Now you build around them. Like that's simple as that. Like that's the person that throws and hands it off. Like literally touches the ball every fucking play. Like,
and we got spoiled around here. I mean,
we did, and that's the thing I think people forget. It's like, dude, you had a Hall of Famer chucking the rock for what, 15 years?
Almost 20. Yeah, I mean, and we got used to that, and even scrutinized it. And Ben's throwing for 400 or 500 yards a game, and we're still complaining. And now we're seeing what other teams in that same span. Cleveland probably went through 15 quarterbacks. I mean, in that little bit of time that Ben was playing. So, yeah.
Cleveland is like the girl that can never find a good man, but it's like she's the toxic thing, but she doesn't know it.
She doesn't realize it.
Yeah.
It's like, why does every one of my dates go wrong? And it's like, well, maybe because you dropped your jaws right before you went to the bathroom or something. Like you gave it up too quick or something. I don't know. Like she doesn't realize that.
It's like, well, ma'am, I saw you pissing in the urinal. Like that's not.
I'm supposed to respect you, and you don't even respect yourself. Yeah.
Right. Like you just put your leg up on the urinal. I don't even know what happened there. It was. Like a horse. Yeah, it's but back to Buffalo here. Buffalo did what Buffalo should do. Like that's just simply put. I mean, Buffalo should have beat them. That's why they were like 9.5-point favorites.
Yeah,
that's fine. But I don't think. Even though the score wasn't that close, I don't think that if they faced off again next year, it would be the same exact outcome. Buffalo would still probably win. Yeah. I think it would actually be a tighter game.
Yes. But, definitely.
Philly at Green Bay. This was supposed to be what happened.
This is like the most predictable game you could ever have. Like it was just like there was no excitement. It was just like, I mean, Jalen Hurts was coming off of being concussed and not playing. He was rusty. He looked at rusty. You even had AJ Brown on the sideline reading books. I mean, they just did. I mean, Philly won because they were supposed to win, and Green Bay lost because they were supposed to lose. They're just not ready.
It doesn't help that Green Bay were like losing wide receivers, like you had injuries turned all the way up on Madden.
Yeah.
So
they were.
I don't know what their
end of the game. They were down to some dude named Heath. Passes, yeah.
Fantastic. I don't know what their strength and conditioning situation is out there, but honest to God, there is something wrong because their wide receiver core cannot stay healthy for the last X number of years. They really need to maybe address something because that is, at a certain point, it goes beyond kind of coincidental. This has to be like a regimen thing. This has to be a training thing.
Yeah. The Watson dude went down, and I'm like, well, he's just injury prone. But for him to go down, like you said, all of them to go down. Yeah, you gotta
Dobbs is
look.
always
You
hurt.
gotta look. Yeah, Dobbs is always hurt, and he got a concussion with the Guardian cap on. Like,
Right.
dang, there has to be some further story beyond what we can't see. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Green Bay will just keep building on what they have.
Yeah.
They'll
They
either
need
they're
to
going to be
anoint
good or they're
another
going to be mediocre. Like that's the thing. Like they're just either going to be mid or they're going to be good.
I think they got to
I
anoint
think
a number one receiver instead of playing this musical chairs thing because I think they thought it was cute going into the playoffs. They thought, oh, well, you can't key in on one guy, and it kind of burned them. It was like, okay, they don't have anybody to go to,
it's
and it's
like
just,
funny
I don't
enough.
know.
Either can Jordan Love.
I think it backfired on them. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't be playing cutesy games, man. It's the fucking playoffs. This is where you put hair in your balls. So you don't go in there doing jet sweeps. Like, what are you doing, bub? Go in there and chuck the rock.
And what's the name played like a dog. I mean, what's the name? Josh Jacobs. That was a great pickup. He played. He was the only one that showed up. He was playing. Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, and
Go ahead.
funny enough, he's the only one on Green Bay that didn't get hurt this year. I feel like, and he's always hurt. So I'm like, what happened here?
He's not from Green Bay.
Yeah, that's true. There you go.
No.
Washington, Tampa Bay. Washington won. I felt like this could have been a very fun game. I feel like Washington, I don't know, they have a better fun story.
It was a fun game. I mean, I got my Buccaneers on right here. Washington surprised. I mean, Jaden Daniels just continues to surprise. I was just never.
Yeah.
Last year, C.J. Stroud. I mean, it's really the same thing. These younger quarterbacks are coming in ready.
I think in my head, this game was too much of a slam dunk for it to actually go that way. I'm like, the narrative behind this, man, like you got the grizzled vet Baker with, setting records with Evans, and then they had their issues with, Godwin going down.
Two-headed monster with the running back. Bucky Irvin's playing lights out.
Like, it just feels very, and it's like you look at Washington, we're looking at like, okay, you got this rookie quarterback that started to be the rookie of the year favorite, then he fell off, and really all he has is Scary Terry out there, and that seems to work. And then you got Robinson.
Your second receiver is Zacchaeus, and you're like, there's no way.
There's no way. But then I'm also like, hold my fucking beer. Hold on. And it just felt very like, I'm not saying they did the Pittsburgh play down to your competition thing. I don't think that was the case, but I think they probably took them a little bit lightly.
They were at home. They just thought that maybe thought that they couldn't be had. I mean, like when if you go into any type of fight thinking that you can pull punches and you can, rope a dope, showboat, you will get knocked the fuck out.
As a wise man once said, nah, son.
He said, "Nah, son. Yep." I mean, yeah.
But yeah, it just felt like it was this was the trap game of the week.
Yeah.
But I just felt, I don't know, man. The Washington has a little bit of magic to them. They got that Detroit stank on them. Something's brewing there, man. That's something exciting. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, if you call any type of momentum or some type of that it factor, they got it. So watch out. That's I'm like, please Detroit, watch out.
Well, speaking of watching out and magic, Sam Darnold is a fucking pumpkin.
You was waiting. You probably enjoyed every minute because you calling him a pumpkin all season.
He is.
This dude he waits until the very least moment he can be a pumpkin and turns into it.
No, look, I didn't believe in the guy. I still don't believe in the guy. I think the surrounding parts of him make him a lot better than what he is. Their defense is very odd because many times during the year you've heard the commentators saying like their defense is very confusing because you never know what they're going to do. It's like, well, isn't that the fucking point? They're like, yeah, but like they just mix that shit up crazily.
They were, I mean, they overrated. I mean, Brian Flores' defense, they talked it up to the point where I got tired of hearing about it too. It was getting overrated where it's like, oh, he confuses you. And I'm like, doesn't every defensive coordinator come with backside blitzes? And I mean, you're like, you're fascinated like Brian Flores invented defense and his defense got exposed. The Rams ran up and down that field on them. So, man.
You know, my most hated phrase, I fucking hate this. And as a Steelers fan, you'll get it. Oh, Dick LeBeau and his exotic blitzes.
Yes.
The fuck out.
How exotic was those blitzes when Tom Brady was carving them up?
They did a crossing. They just that's what they did. They did.
How exotic was Dick LeBeau's? How exotic was Dick LeBeau's blitzes and defenses when Tom Brady would just start at the one and carve them up, play after play down the field with no hesitation. Watch that happen almost every time we played the Patriots. So. Where was Dick LeBeau's exotic, confusing defense? It was not there. Overrated.
Yeah. I didn't hate the phrasing on it. It's so silly. But I don't know. I don't know what Minnesota is going to do, what they're going to be. I don't know if Sam Darnold was on like a month.
I think he ran himself out of town. I mean, it was like one of those things where Sam Darnold would have had to get them to almost either at least to the championship game or to the Super Bowl for them to consider signing him again. But because he turned back into Sam Darnold and they didn't win a playoff game.
Get past the wild card. I would say get past the wild card and have a decent enough showing in the divisional round.
Then you're like, well, maybe we can sign him one more year, hold JJ McCarthy off for one more year, and see if we can take another run at it.
Yeah.
Man, Sam Darnold turned into the New York Jets. Sam Darnold, they're like, we can't get you out of town fast enough. And this is an interesting thing. I mean, they did an interview with JJ afterwards, and I feel bad for him. It's like, okay, this dude has been arguably the best receiver in football until Jamar Chase came in and said, let me put my balls on everybody's head this season. But up until then, Justin Jefferson was the best. He said he's never won a playoff game in his career. And that proves that football is a true team sport. If the best receiver in football by far in his 5-year tenure hasn't won a playoff game, then it proves he can't do it himself. I mean, that's bad luck, man. I mean, I can't believe as good as he is, he's never seen a playoff win in his career yet. That's sad. Because it's not like he ain't doing his job. I mean,
because it's not like he didn't have a quarterback. He had
Cousins. Cousins would fall apart in the moment. They just never.
Well, that or if it's like a late night game, he's just like, nah, man, I don't do that shit. I clock out at 6, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll send you.
I don't do that shit.
I'll send my stunt double in there, and he'll do whatever he does. On late night game.
Yeah, never won. I mean, so Minnesota, I think they're going to ride with the young kid. And it's going to be growing pains. I mean, McCarthy's not going to get in there and just start slinging the pill. I mean, you got to go through these rookie walls. I mean, I doubt if he's if he's Jaden Daniels. I doubt if he's, got Bo Nix in him. So, I mean, and even when he was at Michigan.
I saw people saying like, oh, well, you should have teams. And this is when Darnold was doing his thing. They're like, you need to trade JJ for a first, not Jefferson. I'm talking about the quarterback.
McCarthy,
we need to trade him for a first round pick. I'm like, how are you going to have someone trade for a player that hasn't seen a fucking snap?
Yeah, whatever team eats that up. That's like drafting a first round pick. Like, why would you do that?
Browns would do that. That's an absolute Browns move, and you know it. Goddamn know it. 100%. 100%. Now, real quick, before we get into these other games here, there is one little tidbit I just remembered this. I wrote this down, and I want to kind of just touch on it real quick. I don't need to delve into it. I just want to get your feel on it. All right. So Deion Sanders does not want his kid to play for certain teams, and he said that in the media. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? We get that, man. You don't want your kid to go to the Browns. You don't want your kid to go to the Jags. I get it, man. But are you gonna do this whole like Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning thing now?
Yeah,
Where
that's what I'm about to say. I mean, what happened to the days of being grateful that you got drafted? Period. I mean, the
well,
audacity for you to say
you
you could
know
pick
his
and
dad?
choose your teams and all that. I mean, I remember, the last time I recall that happening, it was what Eli got drafted by
Yeah,
the Chargers, and he said he didn't want
Chargers.
to
Yeah,
play for him or something like
right.
that, and they did the
Which is
swap, which is crazy.
right.
Man.
I just
So
I just feel like that's just a shitty thing to do because one, you're like, I don't know if his kid is really anything like him. I mean, Dion is an amazing player. He's a shit human. Absolute shit human. I don't know if his kid is any better. I don't know. I would hope. But I doubt it just because with all of that fucking energy that Dion has.
no, I watched Colorado. I mean, if there was one college team I did watch throughout the year,
Yeah.
beside, I mean, I even watched them more than Pitt because Pitt is always known to give you that old Pittsburgh letdown. So I didn't jump into that. But I did watch a lot of Colorado ball, and his son is good. I mean, he's a real good quarterback. The dude can make every throw in the field. Tough, took a lot of hits. Um,
College.
very cerebral. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely his kid is worth. Shadur Sanders is definitely worth a first round pick, top 10 pick. But for
Okay.
him to be her dad to be choosing and all of that, I just feel that's kind of
And
it's kind of ungrateful. That's kind of
it's weird. It's weird to me because it's like if you're going to be in the first, 5 or 10 picks, guess what? You're going to a shitty team. That's how
of
that
course.
works.
How do you get the order? Yes.
Unless you're like, well, Minnesota, if you fucking trade this person and then you will get a first round pick or you'll have like the first, one overall and then, whatever, XYZ. If he's trying to like play the market and coerce, teams to say, oh, if you trade up, fucking, we can do some business here and then you can have your franchise. And it's like, dude, like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, if he has that, if he has the influence, if teams are stupid, organizations are stupid enough to follow his antics and his tricks, then they deserve to get tricked into it. I mean, that's. I mean, if I'm a team, I'm like, hey, I'm the NFL. I'm a team. I'm drafting whoever I want to draft. If you don't want to be here, then go kick salt, go pound salt or something. You know what I mean? They got to take a hard stance. Those teams that stop trying to cater to the player. Either you draft them or you don't, and you live with the fallout behind it
Yeah,
after
but
that.
people don't break that cycle, man. They will bow down and coddle, and then they see people like Daniels or you see Bo Nix, and they seem very down to earth, good people, and talented, and you're like, how we can fucking fix them. It's the same thing as dating, man. It's the same thing as dating. It's like when a girl gets a guy that's a little broken, and she's like, so like he's great, but he has a baggage. I can fix him. And then they try to fix him, and they're like, you can't fix him. And then they're like, fuck, we're married. Shit. Like it's one of those things where it's like you can't necessarily mold all these players. And I'm just thinking of his dad, dude. He has all that big dick energy, all of that charisma, and all that just all
They
that
keep
Dion
pumping him
is.
up even more. I mean, you figure this dude has had success where he went. He went to a historically black college in Tennessee State, built the program up in 2 or 3 years, moved on to Colorado. Been there for 2 years, built the program up. People forgot Colorado existed before he got there.
Right.
Dude boosted all the sales, the whole area. He got, recruits jumping off the assembly line to jump into his program. And now he has NFL attention and energy. It's like, dang, Jerry's talking about maybe hiring him for the Cowboys. So Dion
Which is
which is
terrifying.
insane. If Jerry makes that move, then he's more desperate than I thought he ever was. Jerry
just
wants to win that bad.
This is like getting married on the first date, man. Like you gotta test drive the
I
person
don't
before
think
you buy it.
Dion is qualified for an NFL coach. I mean,
No,
I understand he has all the, the hype and the hoopla and all. He can put us in the seats. If that's your own aim, is just to have a show, and you're not really concerned about
I mean, if that's
winning
the case,
right
what the hell is
now.
Dallas even in the equation for? They filled that stadium just because they're the Cowboys.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like people that go to Yankees games. Like they don't, even if they don't like the Yankees, like I fucking put my seat in my I put the ass in the seat in Yankee Stadium. All right, toodles.
yep.
I went to Fenway for my birthday last year. And it was a random ass Wednesday, about 45 degrees. It was on like Korean American night or some shit. And literally, and I'm dead serious. It was Boston against San Francisco, not even in the same league. No one gave a shit. Packed house
Packed
because
to the
Fenway.
capacity.
Packed. A
Yeah,
Wednesday in May. In the beginning of May, in the first month of the season, a game that doesn't fucking matter against a not same league opponent. Packed.
yeah.
Full house. Sold out. 50 degrees outside. Windy. Wind
Yeah.
like Boston windy. Not like,
Some establishment
so
organizations, yeah. I mean, they're like you said. I mean, going to a
Cowboys don't
Yankees
need a
game,
gimmick. The Cowboys are the gimmick. Like that's the
yeah.
thing. Like they don't need one. They are the fucking gimmick.
So yeah, I mean, if they already got the gimmick already laid down in the house packed, then what are you bringing Dion in for? Just to add more circus to the, add
That's
more acts to
exactly
the
what it would
circus?
be. That's what it
Yeah,
would be. I
they're
mean, you
not
see
gonna
how they
win.
did.
You
You saw
the
what they did to the.
Cowboys need X's and O's to fix them. I mean, they need
Yeah.
actual, smart people at their positions and skills
They need a
positions
better
and play
quarterback.
callers.
They need a better
Yes,
quarterback. They need a quarterback that can stay healthy. They need a better quarterback.
better quarterback.
They need a
They
better
need to
play calling.
employ more than one wide receiver. Stop just
Yeah.
going out and getting one wide receivers. I mean, they've been doing this
Well,
for
the problem
years.
is the one that you get wants $90 million a day. Like that's the problem. Like you can't fucking
But
do that.
Jerry
That's not
keeps
how
he
it
keeps
works.
going by that. He's living in the '90s with the triplets, where you get the running back with Emmett, you get the receiver in Irvin, and then you get the quarterback with Aikman.
Yeah.
You can't. Today's world, you need more than one major receiver to take the heat off the other. I mean, look at Jamar
Steelers.
Chase and yeah, you
Steelers.
need more than one receiver, and
Yeah.
the Cowboys has been doing it for years. I mean, it was after Aikman. I mean, after Irvin. Well, who
And they
came
haven't
along?
done shit since. You would
Yeah,
think at a certain
I
point it's
mean,
like
who wears that number 88? Like they had Des Bryant, and then they had um, Amari Cooper, but they always only had one good receiver at a time. It's okay to have more than one. They
yeah.
just don't do it. I
Well,
don't
they just dedicate
understand.
too much money. They allocate too much
Yeah,
money to
the
certain
quarterback
players
and the
because they're
one
like,
receiver.
well, they'll leave. It's like then fucking let them leave. Let them
Yeah,
leave.
yeah.
Fill your cup. You don't need to. It's like going out, man. It's like going out. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna have a great night. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna get a triple shot at 151. The fuck? Why? Why are you doing that? Don't do that. That is not what you want to do. You need to pace yourself. Nah, fuck that,
Yeah.
son. We're gonna
I'm
do
getting
all this
drunk right
here.
now.
I'm gonna get drunk before I even drink. Watch, bet. It's like, what are you doing? No, don't do that.
He said, I'm gonna
So
get drunk before I drink.
I'm gonna smell it. I'm already there. That's the thing. It's what they're doing. They're allocating too much, too quick to one or two positions, and then they have nothing. And it's like that's
Nothing to
not how
spread
you
out the
win,
rest.
man.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
It's like now and you're bound to get hurt because Dak keeps getting hurt. So, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't give a shit. I mean, Dallas can fall off a cliff. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just think that it's kind of uncouth of Prime to be out there saying the things that everyone understands. We
It's
all
definitely
fucking know that,
pretentious.
man. We all
It's
know
definitely,
that.
I'm better than that. I mean, like, it
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of in the NBA. I don't really, get into it, but I know that those Ball kids, the Lorenzo LaMelo Ball and all. I know their dad kind of jumped in there and was trying to dictate where his kids and stuff played at, and it blew up in their faces. So I don't know. I don't know. He needs to take a page out of that book. But yeah, Dion is. I mean, he realizes that his kids aren't starving for money because dad has plenty of his own already built up. So yes, he can try to tamper. He can tamper, and if teams let him do it. That's the goofiness of them organizations to let it happen.
Outside of point of view, I'm just like, this feels gross.
All right, let's jump into them real quick. Let's get these games knocked.
All right. Well, here's what we're gonna do here, real quick.
We only got 4 games, right? Yeah.
There's like 4.
Yeah. Down to the final 8. Yeah. Here we are.
Right. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a message from our sponsors, meaning I have to go pee real quick. Go fill your drink. This is the cool thing about doing the recording because I can pause this son bitch and be like, "Yeah."
He says messages from our sponsors.
Actually, I'm gonna go feed the ducks. Actually, no, I'm gonna go water the ducks. Oh, that's gross. BRB. That was such a good pee. And you guys even know it happened because you didn't miss a beat because they had pause. Great. All right. So let's get into these here. We got 1, 2, 3, and 2 the 4 games. All right, cool. So
final 8, final countdown.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, so same thing as last time here. So Houston at KC. Kansas City is 8.5-point favorites. Over under 41.5. I'll start it off here. I am taking KC in the points. This seems very easy to me. I do not see Houston keeping pace at all. And the over under is 41.5. I'm taking the over on that as well. I think they're going to run it up. I don't think Houston's going to contribute very much, maybe 10 points. But I see KC just going ham a little bit, making a statement.
I echo everything you said.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with everything. I don't have a disagreement in there at all. I definitely believe Kansas City's going to win. Kansas City's going to cover that point spread. They're going to win by 10 or more. And, I see this score maybe being like a 13-31 type game. So, yeah, I like the over as well.
And what's wild is that's not even the highest spread of the week. That's the next game.
Oh, right.
Washington at Detroit. Detroit is getting 9.5. The over-under is 55.5. What say you, sir? Yeah. That's I mean, it's Detroit. So immediately if Detroit's in the equation, it's already a 40-point over-under. Then it's
from the very beginning. They're just giving the 40 points just to Detroit.
Just Detroit here. Yeah.
I definitely like Detroit. 9.5, 10 points. Don't like the points. I think this game's going to be a little bit closer than people expect. I see, Detroit maybe pulling it out by 7 or 8 points, but not 9.5 or 10. So I like Detroit, but I don't like the points. So I'm just going Detroit straight up.
Okay.
Over and under, you said 55?
Yeah.
Because it's Detroit, I'm going to take the over. I'm sorry. I don't know what this game's going to end up being. But I don't like them pulling away past 10 points. I just don't see it.
Well, this sucks because we have the exact same thing again. Yeah.
You don't like the points either?
No. I think Washington is going to make it an actual interesting game. I think maybe a touchdown will be the deciding factor of the points. Over under, I think that may hit by the third quarter, honestly.
Yeah.
So I got nothing to add to it, man. Like you covered it all. Like you basically just copied what I did the first time with the first game. So it's like same boat. I think Washington's gonna ride that excitement and that
momentum.
I couldn't think of the word that momentum, but Detroit, they're running into a brick wall, and I personally think Detroit's winning the Super Bowl this year. I really do.
Me too.
Really do.
I do.
Can we stop being the fucking same? Jesus Christ, dude, this is ridiculous. Stop being like me.
We disagreed on pretty much every one last week, but this one, so far.
Well, once things got sorted out, we're like, yes, all right. All right. Rams at Philly. Philly's getting 6.5, 43.5 over under. I'm gonna go. Yeah. All right. I'm taking Philly in the points. I just feel like the Rams are kind of pretenders a little bit. I think
same exactly.
however Stafford wakes up in the morning, whatever part of his body aches or doesn't ache will determine how well they play. But I just think Philly, and then because AJ Brown's doing his little diva bitch shit, then that just added like 14 points to the total. Like that's just, he's gonna feed him, and then Devonta's gonna do some crazy little hitch and go and hit like a 75-yard tutty, and then Saquon is just gonna do what Saquon does. So it's from a skill standpoint, I don't think they match up well at all. From a consistency standpoint, I get it, a little rough around the edges last week, but literally had his cage rattled. Give him a chance to get his bearings about him. But even with a rattled Hurts, you have a game changer in Saquon. So, yeah, I don't. Now the over under 43.5. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take the under on that.
All right. Well, if you hated me after the first two picks, you're gonna.
God damn it! All right.
No, not really. There is one difference. Same thing. Philly, I take the points. Like you said, Rams. I think the Rams they're running off of fumes from the LA fires, and those fires are gonna.
That is a terrible pun, you bastard.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, those flames they're gonna go out at some point.
Stop.
And I think it stops.
Stop.
I think it goes out. I'm sorry. I mean, I just think
angry you're making Jesus right now. He's like, I thought you were God fearing, dude. What are you doing? Like, I thought we were better than this.
No, I just think and on top of that, just I don't know if you caught this, but just to add fuel to the fire, one of the linebackers, the Jared Verse or whatever, he's talking junk to the Philly, saying that he hate Philly fans, and
I saw.
Why are you even feeding them, pumping them up with more energy?
I saw that on Twitter, and I replied with who?
Yeah, he's like a rookie linebacker that's had some, pass rusher. He had a couple sacks, but he hasn't earned the right to talk any junk, especially not no playoff junk. He don't even have enough respect to talk preseason junk, let alone the regular season. Definitely not the playoffs. So I don't know what he's doing, but I definitely see Philly winning. I see him covering the points, and I'm gonna take the over as far as the points. So that's our only disagreement there. What was the points? You said 43.5?
43.5, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the over. I don't see the Rams. I think the Rams.
I don't see them scoring a lot. That's kind of why I'm going with the under. I can see Philly putting up 30 and then keeping them down to like 10. I don't know. I just don't. I
mean, like I said, I think the Rams. Their Super Bowl was last week against Minnesota. Knocking Minnesota out, it seems like they're satisfied with that. Like they're not ready to continue on with the big boys. This is not that type of Rams season. I don't see it.
Yeah, so, no, we're both there on that one. And the last game, and this is going to be that,
Woo!
juggernaut here. Baltimore at Buffalo, and you get the chance to lead off here. So what are you doing?
Oh, what are the conditions? What are the points?
I should probably tell you that. I thought, so I said it in my head and thought you were in my head. I apologize. I apologize for nothing.
Yeah, I usually am, and you usually am mine, but not this time.
Baltimore is getting 1.5, and the over/under is 51.5.
Now it's supposed to be sub-below temperatures as well as it might snow.
Yeah.
So Baltimore is getting the points.
Yeah.
So they're predicting Baltimore to win by 1.5.
Yeah. I already locked in what I'm doing. So.
All right. I'm taking Buffalo, so it doesn't matter what the points are.
Interesting.
I don't like the spread. Not in that cold weather. So I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna take the under and Buffalo.
Ooh. Well, sir. I like that we waited to the last one to make it interesting. I'm going with Baltimore and the points, and I'm taking the over.
So you could potentially walk out of that thing with 3 points, and I could be sitting there walking out with none. Okay,
right.
All right.
So I'm looking at it like this. These are both two running teams. They run first, and I'm not
Derrick
saying
Henry
running
does
back
run
necessarily.
more.
Just run. So weather doesn't matter. If anything, weather doubles down that idea.
It coerces to run. Yeah.
Right. Whether Zay Flowers is there or not doesn't really
they said he's
matter.
doubtful. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't need him last week, and they put up like 95 points or something like that. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Well, no, it's a shitty ass team, though.
I mean, yeah, but defensively, it's not terrible. Buffalo's defense isn't like,
world beating. No,
now, I mean, if it was, the spread wouldn't be 51.5. Simple as that. With the knowledge of weather too, like they're expecting. I mean, Lamar's going to run for over 100. That's kind of a given. Henry's his legs are gonna fall off. Cook, he's gonna cook.
Cook is gonna cook. Davis is gonna get there. Johnson's gonna get in there. Josh Allen might go for 100. Usually he don't go for 100. He might go for like 80.
Do too much, but he's gonna do. Yeah, he'll definitely usurp the 50-yard plateau. Absolutely, and I can definitely see him walking out of there with 2 tutties. Not thrown.
Buffalo has the better receivers as far as I can see. Tight end, Andrews is a little bit better. Not a little bit, but a lot better than. I mean, Kincaid and all that. This is going to be a hell of a game. I swear.
Yeah.
This should be the AFC Championship. Strike the Chiefs out of it. Get them the hell out of the equation. And this is it.
Yeah, it's so shitty too. Like the easy draw that the Chiefs just got. Let's play Houston.
Yeah, like they got an easy pass to the AFC Championship. This is the championship game right here.
Yeah. Like this is gonna be, and I know we've had a lot of games during the year where like, oh, it's a heavyweight fight. It's gonna be crazy, but you never know. No, this is pretty much what's gonna happen here. Like these excluding the KC game. These 3 games should be insanely entertaining.
Yeah. And this one is a battle of 2 quarterbacks that has almost made it. They never did. Yeah. Mahomes is there to stop both of them at their own places in the championship game or in a divisional playoff game.
How fun would it be to see Houston knock them off? That
would be wonderful.
Just to fuck up the system.
Yeah.
Just to throw water on the robot.
Man, it would be like the AFC Championship game is over. Like, this is that. Like I said, once again, this is if somehow the Chiefs lose, whoever wins this Baltimore Buffalo game is going to the Super Bowl. We all,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
This
But
is kind of
two
what the playoffs
quarterbacks that
should be.
which one wants it more, and they
Yeah.
still have the ability to lose to Mahomes again in the next round. So it's like, but who wants it better? Who wants it more? This is the ultimate playoff game coming up.
Yeah. And I like that we have two different outcomes for the last game too. Like that's going to make this really exciting because pretty much the first two games are a complete wash. We could just like delete those from the system.
Because even
honestly,
if something different happened, we didn't predict it, so it's like it doesn't even matter. Yeah.
Like the only difference we have is I took the points. No, yeah, we both took the points in the Philly and the Rams game, and
I took the.
You took the I took the under. You took the over. So let's say you hit that, then we're tied basically.
Yeah.
Going in to this one where I'm taking the points and the over, and you're taking Buffalo and the under.
You saying we're tied? Yeah, we would. Will we be tied?
We would be tied. Yeah,
it's 2 points this round, right?
Oh, yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, I forgot the rule. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, mistakes were made. I gotta play strategeries. Oh man. Oh, damn it. This is such a good idea. I can't wait to do this next year, too. Like, I wasn't sure how this was going to go. I mean, I didn't think it was going to fall on its face, but I didn't think that it would be this much fun. But holy balls. You know what I was thinking here, too? Because I know this can run long, right? I'm wondering if we maybe want to do, like, a quick... I don't know. We'll think about that next year. I don't want the episodes to run 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Because it's like we're already going through the fantasy and what happened, and then the matchup itself, and then we got to do the spread. We could be on one game for like 15 minutes. Yeah. We gotta get better at cleaning up.
Like, institute. Well, either that or if we like institute a third football show that's like 20 minutes where you can just go down the
Well, it's just the spread and the points because it's like you almost will have to do that Saturday because you know how injuries and stuff.
Well, that ain't gonna work
the
though
spread.
if we're doing Thursdays. I mean, unless we do the Thursday one on the initial. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We
would do football on. We would do it Wednesdays, right? And then we were,
but then we were like, let's just do it Tuesdays because by the time we do no, we were doing Wednesday.
We were doing Wednesday because Tuesday we were doing X's and O's whenever we got them, squares them in. But we definitely stayed with Wednesday, and then we went to Saturday, but then we roll back to Friday so we can free up our Saturdays.
Yeah. Well, I wanted people to be able to actually see this. So instead of because essentially it felt like we were doing a show on Saturday and you'd upload it and
nobody got a hold of it
Sunday morning, so we changed that up. So maybe like a quick Saturday, a quick Saturday 20-minute just to be like
just to run through the spread
real quick at our then that's that's good. Okay, even though I said let's figure it out later, we had to figure it out now because we're crazy people. I like it. Thank you. Because I would have been up till like 2 a.m. like, well, why if we do the synopsis and the estimated time of the Rocket Mortgage, like
either that or once we do that first week show, let's try to get it in one, and then if we go past an hour and a half, we'll chop it up. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's attempt to stay on schedule and just burn right through it, point spreads and all of that. And if the episode is too long, then we got to we got to implement another.
But I feel like week one's not the week to do that though, because week one is like.
Yeah. That's just too much information to process.
We will figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
But yeah, this is good. So this is gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing these. So we got Saturday and Sunday games. I don't actually. What are the times on them here?
Yeah, Saturday 4:30,
4:30 and 8,
8,
and then
and then 3:30. I think it's 6:30.
6. The fuck? Okay. All right. Whatever. Good deal.
But that's usually like kind of AFC champion. Like they pretty much, I mean, the wild card weekend is like wild card weekend is like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like the whole week. Then as it pairs down to then it pairs down to the 8, and now it's just Friday. Now it's just Saturday and Sunday, and then when we get to the championships, it's just Sunday. And then Super Bowl, of course, ends on Sunday. Yeah,
that'd be what? That's 3 and 6:30 at least. That's what it says it is currently for the conference champs. And cool. Okay. Well,
alrighty.
I've already pissed on the ducks, so I guess I should go feed them now.
Yeah.
So. Real quick, just before you skedaddle out of here. So remember the Patreon thing I'm doing tomorrow about people driving and me losing my mind about it. That should be fun. I'm not entirely sure what time I'm going to do that. That'll kind of depend on what I got going on, but it'll absolutely be up tomorrow. So this little shenanigan we did here too. So we'll see you on Tuesday for the X's and O's, and who knows what the draft is going to be. Well, I do. Well, actually, I don't know. The spin the wheel thing does.
Spin the wheel.
That'll be fun. And maybe we'll have a guest on the draft or not. I don't know. It depends what it is. Because I put a little asterisk after some of them.
A little birdie in the ear. A little duck in the ear.
More like a duck in the ear. But better than a dick in the ear. Goodbye.
Sick but duck.
No, that's just dirty. Goodbye.